What's up guys, how's it going? So I know I'm a little bit late, but I wanted to make sure I got it out to you before the end of June. And last month ended up being a great one, so I really want to share all these with you. Alright, here we go. At number 10, The Kid. Now I'm talking about the original old school Charlie Chaplin film. Whether you're a film buff and want to experience the early days of cinema, or just feel like looking at a classic silent movie, you have to give this one a shot at least some point. Yes, it's in black and white, and yes, there's no dialogue, but it is definitely worth your time. It's a classic with some great humor and surprising amount of emotional depth. At number 9, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This continues my monthly Harry Potter watch, and unfortunately, while I do enjoy this film, I had some problems having to stop it several times in the middle. My Blu-ray wasn't functioning properly, and I ended up having to switch between that and watching on HBO Go. However, those of you who are fans of Harry Potter know this is a fun film. Might not be as good as the first, but is definitely worth a watch every so often. At number 8, Solo, a Star Wars story. Now, I know this isn't one of the best Star Wars films that we have, but I thought it was pretty entertaining overall. I thought many of the performances were well done, and I liked how a lot of the characters were initially introduced. But in particular, I really liked the surprise reveal that we get later on, and I'm hoping to see where this goes. Hopefully, Disney knows what they're doing. At number 7, Big. Now here we have a classic coming-of-age comedy that I'm sure many of you have already seen. It's been a while since I saw this one, and I got a chance to watch it on my Blu-ray, and I got to see the extended cut, which I've never seen before. The film barely feels dated to me, and I've come to truly appreciate it now that I've seen it several times, and it's interesting to see how my perspective changed from when I saw it as a kid to now seeing it as an adult. At number 6, John Wick Chapter 2. If you like action films with great choreography and a lot of original stunt work, I think you'll definitely find a lot to like about this film. While I'm not sure which one I like better between this and the first, perhaps that one just had a bit more of an emotional attachment end to it, but there's no denying that they absolutely amp things up this time around, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how things continue in the John Wick series. At number 5, Revenge. This film was a big surprise. I had heard a little bit about it. I really enjoyed how it has this sort of grindhouse feel to it. It's not one that you want to take too seriously, but it harkens back to similar films I've seen in the past of what we've seen from Tarantino in Planet Terror and Death Proof. And one thing I absolutely have to say is the sound design was incredible at some times here. Number 4, Sweet Smell of Success. I took a chance on this one and saw the Criterion Blu-ray, which I thought was a fantastic transfer. For an older black and white film, this restoration made it look like it was made in the last decade. It looks that good. If you like film noir and creative dialogue, I highly recommend giving this one a chance. It feels like an overlooked classic. At number 3, Akira. Now, I've already reviewed this film and you know I'm a big fan of it, but I have to say, now that I've officially seen it in theaters, I am still completely blown away. This film changed the scope of anime in the United States, and pretty much every film or show that has come after it has something to owe it, because if there was no Akira, who really knows how popular anime would have ever been in the United States. Number 2, Kung Fu Hustle. I absolutely adore this film. Stephen Chow did such an incredible creative job here. The action scenes are breathtaking, the music is very engaging, along with the humor and the overall tone and craziness that goes on in this film. It is one of those rare movies that there's simply not a lot you can compare it to. One of China's most popular titles that absolutely needs to be seen. At number 1, Shaolin Soccer. Of course, we may have never gotten Kung Fu Hustle if it wasn't for this film. Stephen Chow delivered 2 back-to-back amazing films. Both are really up there with some of my top 15 to top 10 of all time. This film is an absolute delight. I could watch it any day, anytime. The special effects are groundbreaking at the time, and I really hope one day we get a really nice transfer, maybe even to 4K. And these films are, of course, Dyligent picks. So guys, have you seen any of the films on this list? I want to know some of the top movies that you watched this month that you have to recommend to me. I've still got some time to squeeze some in for the next one. And I'm going to try to make sure I get these out a lot closer to the beginning of the month. Alright, that's it for me. My name is Dylan, and if you enjoyed this review, subscribe to my channel while the video ends, and send me a thumbs up before you go. Thanks for watching, and stay diligent.